Rising above the banks of the River Thames, shrouded in fog and centuries of bloodshed, stands one of the most haunted buildings in Britain, the Tower of London. For nearly 1,000 years, this fortress has stood as a symbol of power, punishment, and pain. Its thick stone walls have witnessed the rise and fall of monarchs, the silencing of dissenters, and the quiet weeping of the condemned. And long after the blood has dried and the screams have faded, the spirits remain. The tower was built in 1078 by William the Conqueror, not just as a military stronghold, but as a message of dominance. Over time, it evolved into a royal palace, a prison, an armory, and a place of execution. From royalty to rebels, anyone who entered the tower's gates never quite knew if they'd come out alive. But some never left at all. Perhaps the tower's most famous ghost is that of Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated second wife of King Henry VIII. Accused of adultery, incest, and high treason, Anne was beheaded here in 1536. She was buried in the chapel within the tower, her grave unmarked for centuries. But her spirit, they say, refuses to rest. Visitors and guards alike have claimed to see Anne's ghost wandering near the chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula, head tucked beneath her arm, her eyes wide and sorrowful. Sometimes she is seen on the spot where she was executed, her translucent figure collapsing to the ground again and again, in a spectral reenactment of her final moments. Yet Anne is not the only royal whose soul lingers here. The fate of the princes in the tower, Edward V and his brother, Richard, Duke of York, remains one of history's greatest mysteries. In 1483, the young heirs were placed in the tower for protection. But they vanished, never to be seen alive again. Many believe they were murdered, likely on the orders of their uncle, who became King Richard III. Over the years, ghostly sightings of two pale boys dressed in white nightgowns have been reported. They appear huddled together near the staircase, where their remains were allegedly found centuries later. Witnesses describe a chilling scene: two small figures clutching each other in silence, their faces full of fear, before fading into the shadows. Another restless spirit is that of Lady Jane Grey, known as the 9 Days Queen. Only 16 years old, she was forced into the crown and just as swiftly cast aside. Condemned for treason by Queen Mary I, she was executed on Tower Green in 1554. Her ghost has been seen walking mournfully on the anniversary of her death, sometimes near the place where she died, other times near the White Tower, her steps light but filled with sorrow. But the tower's ghosts are not all silent watchers. The execution of Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury, remains one of the tower's most gruesome tales. At 67, she was dragged to the scaffold for alleged treason, but she resisted. Legend says she fled from the executioner, who chased her across the green, hacking at her as she ran. Her execution turned into a bloody horror, and some say that every now and then, her ghostly screams echo across the courtyard, as if reliving her final moments. The tower is alive with otherworldly activity. Guards have reported sudden drops in temperature, footsteps that follow but never show their source, and shadows moving just beyond the edge of sight. Some have heard cries, whispers, even laughter in the dead of night. One soldier in the 1800s saw what he described as a ghostly bear, a spectral creature that lunged at him. When he struck it with his bayonet, the weapon passed straight through. The man died shortly after of sheer terror. Others speak of the mysterious White Lady, a ghostly figure who appears in the window of the White Tower. Her appearance is often preceded by the overpowering scent of perfume, so strong and unexpected that it turns even the most seasoned guards cold with fear. Today, the Tower of London is a popular tourist attraction, known for its crown jewels, beefeaters, and bloody past. But it's also one of the most active paranormal sites in the country. Ghost tours are offered regularly, especially around Halloween, where brave visitors walk the grounds at night, hoping for a glimpse of the tower's infamous spirits. Whether you're drawn by curiosity, history, or the thrill of the unknown, one thing is certain: the Tower of London is no ordinary monument. It is a place where the past still breathes, where voices long silenced continue to whisper, and where the dead refuse to sleep. Some towers hold treasure, this one holds memories and ghosts.